Welcome everybody back to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. Now it says 1,750 horsepower, 1,475 pounds-feet of torque from a 7.4 litre twin-turbocharged V8 engine. The car itself now weighs 3,123 pounds, has off-road tyres, off-road suspension and all-wheel drive, and it can now do 0 to 16 2.597 seconds, 0 to 100 in 5.136 seconds, and going to a top speed of 196 miles an hour. So plenty of muscle cars on this series have been quite successful, with the Ford XB Falcon GT still being in the top 10, and the AMC Rebel the Machine is also in the top 20 alongside the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am SD455. So yeah, I'm expecting this to be alongside the likes of those cars, and yeah, stat wise it's fairly decent. The speed, the acceleration, launch are all fairly good. Braking is decent. The off-road capability isn't quite as great as some cars in this series, but it's hardly poor. Only issue is going to be the handling. As you can see, it's only 4.3, which is not particularly great when you're dealing with, you know, the amount of power that we've got in this, but hopefully it will be able to control it regardless, especially with all of the handling upgrades it's been given. And yeah, obviously that all-wheel drive is not only going to help with the off-road elements, but also in terms of keeping that power in check. So yeah, let's see what this car can do. So yeah, really quick in terms of acceleration. Just what you want for this series. Slow cars do not perform well here. Either do cars that go out of control. Oh dear. Yeah, well, we're going to have to use one of our rewinds there. Actually, I think we're going to have to use two of our rewinds because we were sliding extremely wide into that part. It's the first time I've actually hit those rocks, I believe. Which, yeah, isn't showing me a lot of promise for this car to start with, but hopefully we can make up for it. Yeah, obviously this did not have anywhere near the level of power it has now. I think it had about 350 thereabouts originally, something like that. So regardless, we're well over 1,000 extra horsepower and far higher top speed. Even though we're not at the highest of top speeds that we've had on the car this series, it's still well above what it could do originally. And more importantly than that, it's obviously got all-wheel drive, which it never had originally. So if there is some understeer, that really wouldn't be surprising. Massive air time there. And I can't hang for that long in the air for a while. Oh dear, well we're going to have to use our last rewind now because we completely missed that checkpoint. Hopefully we do not make any more mistakes. Yeah, not had a car in the air for that long for a while. Certainly feels a lot less controllable than the Chevy in the previous episode, which granted that is obviously meant for going off-road, but still had a lot more power than it had originally. This is behaving very wildly. Well and truly out of its comfort zone in terms of power, acceleration, speed and surfaces that we're actually on. Who knows? Maybe a hectic lap will result in a quick one. Not if we get not mess up like that before. Ah dear. I was hoping we weren't going to make any mistakes, and then we go make another one. This is definitely one of the more difficult vehicles that we've driven as of late. We've had a pretty easy run of cars after the last few episodes, I feel. We've not had a properly difficult one for a while, but yeah, this is a real handful. And despite that off though, where we couldn't rewind, we're still really rather quite quick at 3 minutes 16.440 seconds. So if it hadn't been for that off where we couldn't rewind, we would have been at least a couple of seconds ahead of that, putting us comfortably into the top 20. But as it stands, that is still a reasonably quick time, and weirdly enough, that is exactly the same time as the 1969 Chevrolet Nova Supersport. So not only another muscle car, but also another muscle car from 1969 to have the exact same time as this. Now granted, that Chevrolet Nova was part of the Halloween episode, so it was misty, it was dark, so maybe that could have been quicker had it been in daylight like we are now, but still, that is pretty odd to have, you know, two same year cars, two same muscle kind of cars be the exact same time as one another. But it also means we're quicker than the Abarth Fiat 131, the Sierra Cars number 23 Yokohama Alpha, the Liberty Toyota Tacoma, the Porsche Mission R, as well as other muscle cars like the Dodge Coronet Super B, the Plymouth Barracuda Formula S, and the likes of... Actually, I'm not seeing any other muscle cars immediately in the same vicinity as that. So, yeah, we are quicker than a couple of other muscle cars. We're the exact same time as another muscle car, but we are obviously slower than the likes of the Pontiac Firebird, which is still the quickest Pontiac that we've had on the series, and the AMC Rebel the Machine, and obviously the Ford XB Falcon GT, which is just under 3 seconds ahead of us. But still, considering we had that major mistake where we missed the checkpoint, so we had to not only slow down but also turn around, yeah, that was a really quick time. It's just a shame that the car itself was a real handful, so yeah, to get any quicker than that might well prove difficult, but not impossible. But yeah, it's definitely a very handful of a car, which is no surprise given all of the extra power it's got, as well as the speed, acceleration, and the off-road conditions it's dealing with. So yeah, but still a fantastic car to get. It's currently available in the festival playlist for 40 points. Fortunately, it's not a fully viewable vehicle, so that's why I've not got a review out of this car. But it's still a really good muscle car, and one that is well worth getting if you can. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.